conservatives.
Okay, John Berman, thanks very much. For more on this, let's go down to Washington. Congressman Dennis Kucinich, called out there by Robert Gibbs, joins us this morning. He, of course, ran for president last 2 times around, I believe. So, Congressman, how did you take Mr. Gibbs' comments? An insult?
No, I think that Mr. Gibbs and the White House needs to realize that liberals support the president, but there's still the criticism is really a measure of the hopes that have not been realized, and I don't think that they ought to take it in the manner in which Mr. Gibbs and apparently the rest of the White House does take the criticism.
What more could the president have done? You've got this almost $800 billion stimulus bill. You've got a financial reform package. He did something that no Democratic president in 50 years has been able to do, lay the groundwork for universal national health care. That is quite a legislative record, isn't it?
Well, you can't take away from the president his accomplishments, and, I certainly don't. But, there is this factor at the beginning of your news show, you demonstrated, the economy is in a deep trough. We're looking at a double-dip recession. We have 9.5% of Americans out of work, over 15 million Americans. You have the trade deficit, which is the largest it's been in the last 2 years. We have to do something about the joblessness. It's a key issue. And until the administration effectively addresses that, then those of us who call ourselves liberals are going to continue to insist, look, we should be talking about a full employment economy. We should be getting America back to work. We shouldn't be capitulating to the Fed or Wall Street with this false notion that a certain amount of unemployment is necessary for the proper functioning of the economy. We have to get America back to work. That is the key and central issue of all this. And in addition, if I might add, don't forget about getting out of Afghanistan and Iraq, because that also inevitably has a drag on the economy.
That's a big, and those are all, the president's been pushing, though, very hard for more job creation programs. The votes just aren't there in the House and the Senate, are they?
Well, you know what, though? The kind of tremendous hope that America felt in January of 2009 with the election of Barack Obama, an election which I supported actively, that they're still out there. People still want to believe that government has this transformational power, and it does, but we need the leadership that can make it happen. Franklin Roosevelt recognized in 1933 that America needed not just a New Deal, but we had to put America back to work, rebuild the economy, rebuild America. We still have the capacity to do that now, and that's why I say the criticism is really about hopes that have not yet been realized, and the intention to make sure they get realized while we have a president who we do want to support.
Democratic Governor Ed Rendell said the other day that the president is vulnerable, perhaps, to a primary challenge from the left. Are you considering running against him?
No, and I think it's, what we have to do is focus on coming together for the purposes of getting out of Iraq and Afghanistan. Today the news is they want to slow down the movement out of Afghanistan. We have to focus on creating jobs. And, it's important who's president, yes. But it's also important that we as Democrats come together on mainstream economic ideas and to try to paint as out of the mainstream people who want a full employment economy, people who want peace, who want to get out of Iraq and Afghanistan. That's the mistake that Mr. Gibbs makes.
Okay.
He's missing exactly what's happening out there across America.
Okay, Congressman Kucinich, thanks very much for your time this morning.
Thank you, George.
Juju Chang is here with the rest of the morning.